So now I've created a little module for River so that you can see what that looks like. And this one's not going to be terribly interesting. We're going to expand it in the next couple of videos. But this will show some basic way that River ties things together. So what I've done is started a little chat application here where you can send messages and they end up in the chat window up here. Pretty common demo. So the way that works is I have created a module called Chat, and this module Chat uses the Knockout module. You can find the Knockout module in my GitHub repositories, so you can just download that. What we're doing with the Knockout module here is the Knockout module emits this Knockout ready when it's all fired up and ready to go. So when we receive the Knockout ready, I'm using that.require. So that.require uses the require library, but it sets the directory to the directory of the module itself. And the wonderful thing about that is then you can have all of the files associated with the module in the module itself, but not have to know what the directory for the module is. So if you ever move modules around or move things around, they will just work. And you don't need to worry about resetting them up. So we do that.require views chat view, which is going to return us our chat view constructor. For those familiar with Knockout, some of this will be fairly familiar. So what I've got here is my chat view. Chat view I'm using define here. So for those familiar with the way require works, defined is wrapped around all your modules when you load your modules in require. Then from there I'm returning a constructor for my object that's going to be my view model to pass to Knockout. So that returns my object with a chat, which is an observable, Knockout observable, and message, which is a Knockout observable, and then the send function, which just takes your message and puts it into the chat window and then sets the message to an empty string. So if we go back to chat, I then call do action, this render KO template. So render KO template is an action that's in the Knockout module. So we're telling the Knockout module, hey, we want to render a template. Then we give it a name to reference it by. So in this case, I'm just calling it chat. 2 is an ID of where to put this, or render the template, and then the template itself. And again, the template is based on in the directory that we're currently in, so in the module directory. So if we look at the chat module directory here, I have templates and I have views, and that's where my files are. So they could be right in the chat template. If I had CSS, whatever, I could put it all right in this module, and that's what makes it portable between projects or portable within the same project. Or I could take out a module and all of its CSS and templates and everything just go with it. So we don't have to try to coordinate it in various different places. So the way this works is the whole system kicks off from this boot.js, as it did in the previous video. I call River, and this time I'm passing to it two modules, Knockout and Chat. And so in the Knockout module, it's listening to this module manager modules loaded, which is an event that River emits when it's ready to go and all the modules are loaded, just to make sure everything's loaded up and listening and ready to go. And then when it is all fired up and ready to go, and it's got its dependencies as well, because I've got a that.require for the Knockout library itself. And that's another really nice feature is my Knockout module has the Knockout library inside that module. So again, if I move this module to another project, automatically all the dependencies go with it. And here I do that fire event ready, and that's what kicks off in Chat on Knockout ready. So Knockout's ready to go, everything's loaded, and we're up and running. And once again, we'll take a look at this, and this is basically the result of that. So in the next video, what I'm going to do is make this a little more useful and tie it into another module to communicate with a server so that we get a fuller picture of the whole thing. So see you then.